From me to you, sports talk. What you expect? It ain't about who said it first. It's about who got it right.
I want to welcome everybody back to another great episode of From Me to You Sports Talk. With everything we got going on in this world, I just wish that God can protect everybody and keep his arms around us. We had a devastating accident that just took place over in Vegas that is just, no place for that, especially here in America. But, crazy things continue to happen. And like I always say, one thing that can bring everybody together, even through hard times, is sports. That's one thing that I really believe can bring everybody together, because you got to think about it. With sports, you don't have to speak the same language. You don't have to look the same. You don't have to be from the same race, religion, nothing. But on that Sunday, on that Saturday, or that Friday, whatever day of the week it is, sports can make everybody unite. I always say that, although we may watch the game and we may see it from different views, sports is one thing that everybody can, have something in common with. They can share some type of common ground. Although we may not disagree, like you might think that the Cavs lost the finals for one reason, and I might think a total different reason. And one thing about sports is, everybody can have their own opinion. Now, my motto is, it's not about said it first, but it's about got it right. Yeah, that's important. But like I always say, sports is something that can bring everybody together. So I say all that to say this, that through hard times, when you don't have no one in your corner, or you might not have that family member to lean on, or, money. Sports is a way of life for a lot of people. And sports is a way for a lot of people to get out of certain circumstances they're in. Inner city, suburbs, wherever you are. It gives a lot of people life. Now, I love sports. I don't know what I would do without it. There's nothing better than on a Sunday watching a good football game, like all day. Yeah, I said it. I watch football all day on Sunday. It's like all day. I don't go out the house to do anything. If I go out the house, I'm doing that before noon. So I got to go out the house. I got to have everything done by 10. I'm sorry. No, the game's coming at 1. So I got to have everything done by 12, 12:30. Because at 1, 4, 7, I ain't going nowhere. I'm watching football all day. Now, one thing about me is like college football. I can miss college football, but I'm not missing NFL. I love college football though, so don't think that I'm like ragging college football or anything like that. But nah, I can watch NFL all day, and I can watch college football all day as well. Although the level of competition isn't nearly as close as it is in the NFL, you see the Jets just beat the Jaguars. You seen the Bills went to Atlanta and beat the Falcons. NFL is any given Sunday, and I mean that. Now, I didn't even let y'all know, but, I'm going to be holding down the fort again by myself, but I think I could do it. I actually like having the floor to myself because I get to, slow down, talk, and y'all get to hear all my thoughts. Now, I hope y'all appreciate this. Now, if y'all don't, y'all grow to appreciate it eventually. So, but I want to thank everybody for listening and tuning in and downloading the podcast. And I've been doing visuals lately, so that's something that I'm definitely going to incorporate more often. I want to at least do a visual week where I have a guest, whether it's somebody that I've already had or somebody new. I want to bring them on a show, and I want y'all to, get to hear different people perspectives on sports, because like I said, we all see sports in a different way. So I think that's very, very, good. And it's like very refreshing, because you got to think about it. How many people don't get a chance to voice their opinions on how they feel about a certain topic because they don't have this or they don't have that? Well, I'm not like that. I'm not one of them people. If you know what you're talking about, you come on here and we can talk. I'm not saying I know more than everybody or I know more than a lot of people. I think I might, but I respect everybody's opinion. So y'all might hear me sometimes and be like, "What is he talking about? This guy sound crazy." But I'm going to tell y'all this right now. Everything I say, I mean it. Speaking of the NFL, my Patriots. If y'all been listening, y'all know I'm a Patriot fan. Yes, I am a Patriot fan. So we lose again. Now, we lost to the Chiefs the first game, and we just lost again to Cam Newton. Cam Newton and them boys got us again, man. That defensive secondary had breakdown after breakdown. Like, I don't know what was going on. I hope Matt Patricia, get this together, because you went to go get Gilmore. I like Gilmore. You didn't choose to pay Malcolm Butler. I don't see the same Malcolm Butler that played last year that was, enticed. A guy that was feisty. A guy that came out there and gave it every down. I've said this before. We don't have a pass rush. I think, what is his name? Dietrich Wise. He plays good at times. Trey Flowers play good. But they actually started to get the Cam Newton in like the fourth quarter. And then that bad penalty that Stephon Gilmore, he got a couple costly penalties that actually let that drive go on, because we all know Tom Brady was getting the ball and scoring again. I don't care what nobody's saying. You know what? This is funny right here, because I was actually, talking to somebody on Twitter about this. Yes, Aaron Rodgers is the most skilled, probably the most gifted quarterback that we've probably ever seen. This guy can literally run left and throw across his body 70 yards. I've said that. And he can do a lot of things that quarterbacks just can't do. But when it comes to winning that game, when it comes to fourth quarter, when it comes to you got one last drive, who do you want to have the ball? I'm taking Tom Brady over everybody. I've said that I'll never take no quarterback over Tom Brady. He was just down 14 again. Came back, but you seen what happened. The penalty had let the drive go on longer than it should. And Cam Newton marched down the field, and they won a game. Shouldn't even have been that close, honestly. I think the Patriots got a lot to work on this year. They definitely do. And this is coming from somebody with the optimistic point of view. Although I'm a fan, I still speak facts, and I don't really speak from a fans, well, I wouldn't say I don't speak from a fan's point of view, but I'm not blindsided. Like, I don't look at the game like, oh no, the Patriots are this and that. Like, I don't see them as being battle tested this year. Last year when they beat the Broncos, I said they're going to the Super Bowl. I knew that team was much tougher last year. And I'm not saying that the Patriots can't go to the Super Bowl this year. They just don't look that good to me. I don't see that defense playing with the same intensity. I really don't. I don't see a hungry defense out there. Last year, they led the NFL in, points scored on the defensive end. They don't really get takeaways. They don't put pressure on the quarterback. I mean, I think every quarterback done threw for about 300 yards on the defense so far. So, as you can see, there's definitely problems there. And, Bill Belichick is a great adjuster. He'll do what he needs to do and get that situation taken care of, but hope that get taken care of sooner than later, because I don't want to look up and see the Patriots being 4-6 and then, Tom Brady's too old. Tom Brady shouldn't be playing, and that's gonna come. And everybody be like, put Garoppolo in the game. Tom still looks good. Now he had a couple missed throws, but I mean, who doesn't? Tom looked better now than he did when he was 22, 23, 24, 25. Tom Brady still looked better than a lot of these players who are in their primes. So Tom Brady doesn't need to go anywhere. That defense needs to get fixed. And for the fans out there who think Tom Brady need to go anywhere, you're sadly mistaken, because I'm going to tell you this right now. Say the Patriots and Tom Brady, work something out. All right, yeah, we want to move on from you after this year. Tom Brady goes and plays for the Broncos. Tom Brady goes and plays for the Bengals. Just to name a couple of teams in the AFC, they're going to the Super Bowl. And they'll be better than the Patriots and beat the Patriots. And I really believe that. The Broncos just missing consistency. Trevor Siemian he's actually took that leap from last year to this year. So I've been actually paying attention to that. And, a lot of people talk a lot of stuff about the AFC East. But one thing I've always said is the AFC East has defense. And people will come at me and challenge me like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You're just saying that because the Patriots is in that division. I'm like, no, dude. Like, y'all don't realize the Jets play the Patriots hard. The Bills. Like, you just seen that. The Jaguars just beat the Ravens 44-7. Jaguars travel up to New York and what happened? They just lost. The Bills just beat the Broncos. Patriots can't even beat the Broncos. Right now, the Patriots cannot beat I don't think the Patriots beat the Broncos. Right now. They will not beat the Broncos. The Bills beat the Broncos and they beat the Falcons. Y'all better stop sleeping on that division. I'll tell you, they have defense. Although Miami isn't looking good, Miami has a defense. So, and no, you can't say that about every team. I know somebody's out there listening like, what are you talking about? Every team has defense in the NFL, or every division has, great defenses. Some teams are, but not every team. But, the Patriots got a lot to work on. They really do. So, like I said, I really don't see them represent the AFC this year at all. But somebody that is looking good, who should have beat us as well, is Deshaun Watson. Yes, sir. Y'all got it right. They moved up to get this guy. And whenever you come back on Alabama, down by 3 touchdowns, whether it's 4 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns, and you come back and beat them, you're special. Yeah, you're special. Who did it? Cam? Deshaun did it. I think Manziel did it as well. Yeah, Deshaun Watson is his first game against the Bengals. He didn't look that good at all. He looked like a rookie. And I believe through film study, I believe through, devoting his time and putting it in to the game and being more prepared, and just getting a repetition, because we gotta realize whenever you start something, like, you may think that you're good, but you may really suck. That's like whenever you first start, I guess, podcasting or whatever it is, right? Whenever you first start recording songs, recording tracks, anything you do, you might think like, all right, I'm not that bad or I'm not that good, but there's always a ceiling. There's always room for you to get way better. Sometimes it takes people forever to make that leap. And some people just catch on really fast. And you can see their transformation in a week. I seen that in Deshaun Watson. He played my Patriots. He should have beat the Patriots. But, Tom Brady being Tom Brady. So they lost. Like I said, we won against the Bengals. They didn't look good at all. He really didn't. He made that look. But you know what? Sometimes when you're not at your best, a star player can still make a play to change the game. He wasn't throwing the ball that well. But what he did do is he broke off for that big run, and that's all he needed to do. That was the game. Like a 40-some yard touchdown run. He ain't. I think some. It was a defensive back for the Bengals tried to hit him, and he didn't wrap up, which we see a lot of in today's game. A lot of guys aren't wrapping up. They'll just hit you or lunge their body at you, and I forget to wrap you up. I'm like, dude, you gotta still wrap the guy up. You can't just throw your body at him and just hope that that'll, do his job and that he'll go down. Deshaun Watson bounced off that and was gone. Now, the quarterback from the Rams, what's his name? Jared Goff. Yeah, that guy, you see, it took him a while. And it can also be his coach, McVay. Now, we must say coaching plays a big part. Systems, play calling, right personnel on the field for you, confidence builder. That's the thing. A lot of people don't realize that a lot of these athletes lose confidence at times. And when you don't have a good coach that can connect with these guys and let them know like, hey, it's all right. You stunk it up. But I'm going to do this, this, and this to get you better. You just got to make sure that you're dedicated and that you put in the time and effort, and it's going to pay off. Some coaches got that. Some don't. I was a big fan of, who was it? Was it Jeff Fisher? I think it was Jeff Fisher. I thought he was a great defensive mastermind. But with that same team, you see how many points they're scoring this year compared to last year. So that could just be chemistry. A lot of things go into play, but I'm glad Jared Goff is actually getting off to a better start, because this guy was taken high. And Carson Wentz looked like he was showing him up. But Goff was like, hey, I got my coach now. Look at us. I think that's the highest scoring offense in the NFL right now. Todd Gurley balling. They got Sammy Watkins. They made some moves. I like the Rams. I definitely respect the Rams. I mean, you have to. LA Rams. Other team in LA ain't so hot. And that's the Chargers. The Chargers are the Chargers. It's Phillip Rivers, I'm sorry, but you're wasting your time over there. You're not winning anything anytime soon. Your best chance is when you had LT and then y'all got beat by the Colts and all that stuff. But nah, they're not winning anything. I'm sorry. He should leave. He should leave big time because Phillip Rivers is still a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. Maybe top 6, top 7. There's not too many quarterbacks that's better than Phillip Rivers in the NFL. And somebody that's wasting their time besides Phillip Rivers is this. I don't want to say Odell Beckham is wasting time. ODB, you're not winning anything with the Giants. I'm sorry. You're not. Like, this Giants offense, I don't know if one word could describe this Giants offense. I'll say lethargic. How about that word? They just look, it's like, it's the same thing. And it's so, and not only do they look lethargic, but it just, like, their route tree is just so simple. They're like, all right, here, do this hitch, and I'm gonna throw the ball to you. I'm tired of seeing there's 3 wide. I like, can you show us something new? You go 5 wide. Up, Eli gets hit. You go power eye. They can't run a ball good enough. It's like this offensive play calling. Maybe McAdoo needs to give up this offensive play calling. I know he was coaching at the time, Coughlin, and they look good, but sometimes coaches have egos, and their egos can get in the way. And I hope this is not a situation where this guy ego is going to get in the way, and he's going to let this team go downhill because the Bucs was trying to do everything in the world to give them that game. The Bucs was like, here, we're going to miss 3 field goals for you. Here, all you got to do is score and you beat us. That was another thing. They had that game won. And I definitely want to give my hat off to ODB for coming back in a game and playing. This guy, puts his heart, puts his soul. He puts everything on the line, messing up his finger. We know Odell Beckham isn't healthy. This guy comes back in the game to play anyways. Like, okay. Figure that. But it's off of that contract. Odell Beckham, like, you gonna pay me my money. You gonna pay me what I deserve. And they're a total different team with him on the field. I say without Odell Beckham, this team doesn't score. I don't know. This team could score 3 touchdowns in a game. That's 21 points if they make the field goal. I don't see this Giants team without Odell Beckham. Even with Odell Beckham, it's still hard for them to do that. Like, I remember when ODB had this. Well, he's had breakout years like every year, but it was a time where it was like only ODB out there, and they looked really good. They were just forcing the ball, and he would go get it and score, and it was kind of funny because I had Odell Beckham on my fantasy team. And the funny thing about it is they get in the red zone, and they'll be on the goal line, on the 2-yard line, and they'll still throw the ball to Odell Beckham. So it's like they didn't even trust their running back, Rashad Jennings, to punch it in. Kind of crazy, right? That's what's going down in NYC. I always say, I just can't believe it. Eli Manning is a first ballot Hall of Fame. Guys and gals out there listening, no matter how you want to look at it, Eli Manning is a first ballot Hall of Famer. He beat Tom Brady 2 times. Now his play, when he goes out there every Sunday, does it look like it? Because I sit back and I say, dude, you have Brandon Marshall and you have Odell Beckham to throw the ball to. You still can only complete 23 for 41 But then again, we got to remember. And if y'all ever get a chance and go check out any of my old videos, I made a video a long time ago. It was one of my first videos that I actually put out. And this was a visual. It's actually on my Facebook like page. It's JONTAE. Then it's M Davis, M as in Mike, and then Davis. If you go in there, make sure that y'all like the page, please. Like that page, and also just scroll all the way down. I got a green shirt on, and I talk about how it's 32. There's 32 NFL teams, but it's not 32 good quarterbacks in the NFL. That reigns supreme. It's really not. So, but anyways, if you want to see that, just go check that video. I think that's probably one of my favorite videos personally, because this is something that I've felt for a long time, and I don't know. I've just been searching for answers for a very, 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 very long time about that. What else is happening in the NFL this week? Let's see. What else happened in the NFL? I know I'm just, talking and talking and talking, guys, but I like talking. I love talking. Oh, yeah, the Broncos beat the Raiders and Derek Carr got hurt as well. So the Raiders just isn't looking that good this year. Was that a fluke what they did last year? Because they got me wondering. The Broncos, that defense. I actually, although the Broncos did lose to the Bills, I think the Bills are a team that we must pay attention to, because the Bills can run the ball and they can play defense. And you all know that that's a recipe right there. Whenever you can run the ball and play defense, and you can play man-to-man, and you can put pressure on a quarterback, and you have a quarterback who can flick the ball, we know Tyrod Taylor isn't the best quarterback, but we know, just like Eli Manning, he's a play-action quarterback. He needs to have a running back in the backfield, and he has LaShawn McCoy, who is one of the best running backs. So that's something to look for. Oh, yeah, the Colts and Seahawks. This Sunday night game, they got to do a better job at this. Actually, they can't do anything about that. I'm pretty sure they thought that Andrew Luck would be playing in this game, so that's nothing that they can do about that. But I tuned into this at the third quarter. I was like, you know what? I'm about to just do some homework. I'm not even going to watch this game. I actually went on ESPN.com and I seen it was 15-15. I was like, oh man, I'm wrong. Okay. So what happened? I turned the game on. Start watching the game. Guess what? All of a sudden it's 32-18. I'm like, you see, this is why I didn't want to watch the game. Seahawks, come on, man. Y'all are my, like every year you have to put Seattle in the mix every year because of what they bring to the table. Defense. Physicality. Come on now. You have to. Russell Wilson don't. That offensive line, man. They're passing offense. I'm just not sold on it. I'm just not sold on it. And then a team that I am sold on is Minnesota, but with Dalvin Cook going down, I don't know. That's questions right there. Now Minnesota is going to have this problem with, what are they going to do with Bradford? What are they going to do with Bridgewater? What about this problem right here that's going to go down? So if you can just put up 24, 21, if you can put up 3 touchdowns for that defense, Minnesota is going to make noise. Definitely. I wish Teddy Bridgewater the best. I hope he comes back and he's able to get back at the helm and, push the ball down the field. That was one of my biggest things with Teddy Bridgewater. He didn't push the ball down the field at all. He would just, dumping diamonds. Like, come on, man, you got a cannon, dude. You gotta throw that ball. But that's something that he just wouldn't do. Of course, Steelers beat the Ravens. The Ravens look bad. That's actually my favorite team. I don't like watching the Ravens at all. Like, I do not like watching the Ravens. I tell her, I'm like, team's boring to watch. I don't like watching the Ravens. Like, ever since Ray Rice went down, the Ravens went down. I said it. Yes, Ray Rice. Once Ray Rice got into that trouble, it was a wrap. Because we know Joe Flacco, you need a running game. And these coordinators try to make these guys throw the ball and and it's like, you can't do that. These guys aren't pass first options. They aren't Tom. They aren't Aaron Rodgers, Big Ben, Drew Brees. It's only 4 quarterbacks. Even Matt Ryan need a run game. It's only 4. Get that in your head. Only 4 quarterbacks can do whatever they want to do without no running back. Only 4 quarterbacks can go 45 for 50, 500 some yards, 5 touchdowns with no running back. That's Drew Brees, Tom Brady, AR, and Big Ben. Challenge me if you want to. Challenge me. Because I don't see any other quarterback that can do that. So with all these spread offenses, it's like the quarterbacks aren't there yet. Everybody's running the spread, and the quarterback isn't there yet. Speaking of quarterbacks, man, LSU. I know y'all seen this. LSU Tigers. Wow. Okay. Oh man. They lost to Troy. This was their homecoming game. You don't lose on homecoming night. Homecoming night is for you to bring a team in town for you to beat them black and blue, for you to celebrate, for you to have fun. Don't nobody plans on losing their homecoming game. I think I read something and they paid this team almost $900,000 to come play them. Troy beat them. All this SEC talk that I hear going on, y'all gonna have to show me something, man, for real. Because I respect Alabama, but besides that, I don't see no other team in the SEC doing anything. I really don't. Now Georgia's actually balling. Don't get me wrong, Georgia, but I'm gonna see what they do against Alabama. This is how I judge you in the SEC. Show me how you play Alabama, and then I'll judge you. Then we can talk later. Auburn don't have a quarterback. I've said that. I don't care who they beat. If they just put up 40-something, they don't have a quarterback. Florida Gators don't have a quarterback. Have a great defense. So does Auburn. If y'all listen to my last podcast, y'all see I titled that. Those two teams are the epitome of great defenses and no quarterback. So is LSU. Who else? Arkansas. I don't even know what to say about Arkansas. Kentucky. Like these now SEC got athletes, don't get me wrong, but when it comes to quarterback play, that's up in the air. But one team who quarterback may not have the best accuracy, but he has big playmaking ability and a really good defense is Clemson. Clemson is going right back. Whether y'all like it or not, Dabo Swinney and them boys are going right back. It's going to be Alabama versus Clemson in the playoffs, I think. No, actually, they're not going to have a 1 and 2 face off first. 1 and 4, 2 and 3. I think it needs to be extended to get more teams in there. Penn State is actually turning heads now. Now I'm actually starting to, they're turning my head. I'm starting to pay attention to them more. I'm like, wait, I thought Penn State was just fool's gold. I didn't pay attention to them too much. I'm like, man, this team is actually pretty good. Like, I like Trace McSorley. He reminds me of Johnny Manziel Baker Mayfield because the emotion they bring to the team, and that stuff is so affection. I don't know if I use the right word. Like, it rubs off. Like, that rubs off on everybody in the locker room whenever you score a touchdown and your team's down. And you just, probably stiff arm a defender and then you dope in the end zone and you show celebration. The defensive guys love it. The offensive guys love that. They go out to the next play to get you the ball right back so that you can do the same thing again. So I'm a big advocate for players showing emotion. I don't think they should be fined, and I think football is meant to be fun. It's not showing nobody up. If you don't want them guys doing it, beat them. Don't let them do it. When the guy from NC State spit on Florida State logo, beat him. Don't let him do it. When Cam Newton was doing his Superman, don't let him score. I love celebration in the game of football. People are like, oh, where's your showmanship? And all, like, man, come on, dude. I'm not coming out here to be your best friend. I'm coming out here to show you up. You played. If I score 80 points on you and keep my first string in the game, that's your fault. Don't let me score. Get better. Well, I'm a big advocate for that. Because you're going to learn. The next time you come to play me, you better be on your P's and Q's. That means y'all better have done study a lot of film. Y'all better done y'all research because we coming to blow y'all out, like, off the field. That's how I'd be if I was a coach. They'd probably be like, yeah, this guy, we don't like this guy because this guy likes to stick it to us. He likes to, yeah, I'm showing you what you need to work on. Because if I was getting beat that bad, I want you to show me what I need to work on. I ain't got a problem with you celebrating. Or they're celebrating on my field. Baker Mayfield went to go put the flag in the middle of the O. Yeah, beat him. Don't let him do it. That plain and simple. So, with that being said, y'all, I'm gonna wrap this one up. Now I want y'all to stay tuned. I got a visual that's coming out that I should be doing this week. Probably releasing that Friday or whatnot. But just please continue to support me. Continue to support the podcast. Find me on Twitter. It's at Tayno Sports. That's TAEKNOWS SPORTS. That's at Tayno Sports. And tweet me. Let me know something. Let me know if you want to hear me talk about anything. Comment under my YouTube videos, my YouTube channel, From Me to You Sports Talk. So, it's not about who said it first. It's about who got it right. From Me to You signing out.